Hey, it's Will Wofford with Berkshire Hathaway, York Simpson Underwood Realty, and today I'd like to take you on a tour of North Hills. We'll be exploring several subdivisions that are in close proximity to North Hills Shopping Center, as well as the current development plans on both sides of Six Forks Road for North Hills, as well as the two developments that are getting ready to occur off St Albans. So come on, let's take a ride and let's go explore North Hills. The North Hills District is an area in the heart of Raleigh that's seen explosive growth as a result of John Kane's redevelopment of the old North Hills Mall. North Hills is often referred to as Midtown, and this is an area I've lived in for 50 plus years and I've watched it all unfold. To fully understand North Hills, you first have to know North Hills opened as a strip mall in 1960 and was later redeveloped into Raleigh's first enclosed mall in 1967. And the North Hills subdivision was built around the original North Hills shopping center. So let's explore the North Hills subdivision and we'll talk more about the expansion afterwards. All right, as we turn on Pamlico, we enter the North Hills subdivision, which is the largest subdivision in the larger North Hills area with 813 homes. There were 45 transactions in the last 12 months in North Hills, 8 of which were new construction, with a median price of $1,250,000. The average new construction home size is 3,950 square feet. As we turn on Northbrook, I want to mention that Northbrook cuts through the center of the subdivision between Six Forks Road and North Hills Drive. E.C. Brooks is an elementary school, and it's also the school I went to. Of course, it's changed a lot over the years. The average lot size you can expect to find in North Hills is around 0.3 of an acre. Resale homes, the original ones, were typically built around 1962, and the neighborhood was originally built to accommodate IBM employees when IBM first moved to the RTP. The typical price for a resale property in North Hills is currently $535,000, and there have been 37 transactions in the last 12 months, with a median size of 2,375 square feet. There are 2 swim and tennis clubs in the neighborhood, the Northbrook Club off North Hills Drive and the North Hills Club, which is right off Yadkin Drive. The North Hills Club is actually the nicer of the 2 clubs because they have dining and they have more tennis courts, and they're, I would say, more of a social club. But both clubs are super nice and they're great options for swim and tennis in the neighborhood. If you were to ask me the big difference between North Hills subdivision and the other neighborhoods we'll explore on the other side of Six Forks, which I call North Hills East, just outside the 440 Beltline, it's Yadkin Drive and Laster Mill Road. Both are connector streets. Yadkin cuts through Country Club Hills and connects to Alamance Drive, and Laster Mill turns into St. Mary's Street as soon as you reach Glenwood Avenue and continues all the way to West Morgan Street and essentially cuts through the center of Raleigh. So without leaving the neighborhood, you can naturally drift inside the Beltline using old established streets. While on the other side of North Hills, the North Hills East side, you can't do that. Currently on Macon Drive, and I want to point out as we turn on Currituck Drive, behind all the houses on Currituck to the right, there's a brick wall that runs behind the houses that separates you from the Beltline. I think the wall does a good job and it gives you a backyard, but some people think it's a little noisy. Okay, we're turning on Laster Mill Road and we just passed the old Pennies on the right. John Kane is getting ready to tear down that Pennies in the parking lot, and it's going to have a massive new project that's supposed to be built in 2023 that will totally transform this side of North Hills. Okay, we're passing Carroll Middle School. This is the middle school that most kids go to in the neighborhood. It is a magnet school. All right, as we turn on Camelot Street, this is part of Farrior Hills. And I'll tell you, in Farrior Hills, in my opinion, you're in the heart of North Hills on the east side. And these used to be some of the tiniest homes with the very best lots. And 10 years ago, You could have never guessed this was going to happen. But today, these are the premier homes in North Hills because they have the largest, most consistent lots, which means they're the best and they're able to build the largest homes here. So in Farrior Hills, there were 12 transactions in the last 12 months, and 7 of those transactions were resale homes with an average price of $625,000, and 7 were new construction homes with an average price of $1,250,000. They're building some new construction right now up to $1.8 million, and they're getting it. Ramblewood essentially connects North Hills to Bellevue Terrace and Drewry Hills. Bellevue Terrace is a smaller subdivision with around 130 homes and a turnover of 5%. There were 7 transactions in the last 12 months in Bellevue Terrace, one of which was new construction that sold for $1,526,000, and 6 resale transactions with a median price of $630,000. The typical resale property you can expect to find in Bellevue Terrace is 2,450 square feet with a lot that's around 0.2 of an acre. So I would say the challenging thing about Bellevue Terrace is the topography here. There's a lot of steep terrain that makes building challenging. But other than that, it butts up to Drewry Hills and it's in close proximity to North Hills, making it a great option. As we turn on Turnbridge, we kind of drift into Drewry Hills. And some realtors will tell you Drewry Hills is one of Raleigh's best neighborhoods. And I somewhat agree. There are 278 homes in Drewry Hills with a 90% owner occupancy. There have been 6 transactions in the last 12 months, one of which was new construction priced at $1,600,000 for just under 4,900 square feet. There were 5 resale homes with a median price of $1,250,000 and a median size of just over 4,400 square feet. Drewry Hills is a beautiful neighborhood. It's got a lot of diverse topography. You've got Crabtree Creek that runs in the back of the subdivision. So the lots are larger. Most of the lots in Drewry Hills are about half an acre. And you can still find some homes in Drewry Hills that are value priced for Drewry Hills. And by value price, I mean $650,000 to $675,000. And those homes were typically built in 1963 with their size of around 2,400 square feet. But overall turnover in Drewry Hills is only around 2%, so that makes it somewhat challenging. As we wind down Drummond Drive and turn on Marlowe Drive, Marlowe is the longest street in Drewry Hills and essentially winds all the way through the neighborhood. As we continue up Lassiter Mill to the 440 Beltline Bridge, to the right, the Pennies I've been talking about is now in view. And John Kane is going to totally transform the area once again when he tears the Pennies down and the adjoining parking lot. The expansion plans call for a 12-story residential high-rise with 287 units and 346,000 square feet of office space in a 10-story tower and a 5-story mid-rise. The new site will feature outdoor dining and 100,000 square feet of ground floor retail space, which is slated to be a $350 million mixed-use project that should once again continue to transform North Hills. So when you think about the original North Hills I told you about at the start of the video, then you begin to realize just how far the North Hills transformation has really come. And you do really have all the comfort amenities that you would expect with a variety of restaurants and boutique shops, as well as a Harris Teeter, a Target, and I understand the largest renovation hardware is planning a site here with rooftop dining as well. Also, Kane had the vision to incorporate a variety of high-end apartment buildings into both sides of North Hills, as well as numerous high-rise office buildings. And that's vital because the offices and apartments facilitate the critical mass of people you'd need to support all the restaurants and businesses contained in North Hills. And everything is, of course, within walking distance from the surrounding neighborhood. So for the neighboring community, everything's just getting better with plenty of green spaces and biking trails. And I understand there's going to be a 1-mile exercise loop as well as a 20,000 square foot food hall with an indoor-outdoor bar. Okay, all the land that we've passed on the right while I've been talking, all that is the land that's getting redeveloped with the projects I was telling you about from DeWitt and Kane. These apartments in the back, I understand off Navajo Drive, these are part of John Kane's long-term plan after he's built out North Hills. The final piece is to demo these apartments and redevelop this area as well. There's going to be a bridge that crosses the 440 Beltline and connects with Computer Drive, which will allow you to cross the 440 Beltline without having to access either Wake Forest or Six Forks Road. So this is the DeWitt project here on the left that we're passing. It's going to be a $1+ billion project, and it's essentially going to be a city within a city, I'm told. And this land on the right, just after the credit union, that's going to be another high-end assisted living facility. And we're going to end our tour with the Woods of St Albans subdivision. And this is a great little subdivision that's in close proximity to the development. But there are only 50 homes in the neighborhood. There were 2 sales in the last 12 months, one of which wasn't new construction, but it was a complete flip house where they added additional square footage and it sold for $675,000. Also, there was one resale transaction which sold for $500,000, and that home was 2,480 square feet. Typically, the lots in the Woods of St Albans are about 1/4 of an acre, and the homes were built in 1995. The median home size in the Woods of St Albans is 2,250 square feet. I have lots of additional information on these neighborhoods and many more on my website, which you can find at searchRaleighNCHomes.com. Again, that's searchRaleighNCHomes.com. Hey, it's Will Wofford with Berkshire Hathaway York Simpson Underwood Realty again. Well, I sure hope you enjoyed my tour of North Hills. If you have any question about these neighborhoods or any neighborhoods in Raleigh, please feel free to reach out to me and I'd be glad to help you. If you like the video, please be sure to like it and subscribe to my channel. And thanks so much for watching.